here. Welcome to Canucks with Guitars, folks.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Ben. We got the guitar hack, the super sub, I believe I called you in the title, or hired gun. I was thinking about hired gun, even, nice musician term. So, yeah, Richie couldn't do this leg of the show, so we brought in Guitar Hack as a co-host, keeping it Canadian, of course.
Yeah, much appreciated, man. Thanks for having me.
How you doing this week?
This week's been nuts, man. I'm actually I had the week off of work, but that didn't really matter. I think I was busier this week than most weeks, actually. It's usually how it goes, right?
I can relate having last week off, and I was busier last week than I have been in a while. But we got the boy married off. He's off. He's actually on his way home from his honeymoon.
Oh, great.
I briefly spoke to him this afternoon.
Cool.
Let's see. Who all do we have in the chat here? I'm just going over my head. How do we usually do this? Yes, I asked Richie how his week was, and then I'm going to go straight to roll call here. So if you want to be shouted out, make sure to say hi in the chat. Starting at the top, we got all the way from the West Coast. That's also the best coast. Finaguru, jeez Louise. Well, we got Finaguru as well. Hey, buddy. But we got Groovy Ghoulie. We got R2, R3 Locking Nut briefly checking in. Looks like he's buying a car. We got some guy named Mr. BHB, who I never did ask for photo ID, so we can only assume is Bruce.
Yeah, I heard rumors that's Bruce, yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. We got Gussie Wells in the house. We had a chat the other night. Good to see you, brother. We got Guitar Girl KB, who's listening in while taking care of her daughter. Awesome. Welcome. Nice. We got the gambler himself, Dan Sullivan. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Been a little while, buddy. Good to see you.
Yep, good to see you.
We got some guy named Ben Coombs in here. I don't know who that is. Never watch his stuff.
No.
Todd Flowers. Good to see you. Mitch Heyman. Jeff Ripplinger. We got my sister. Hey, Amanda. And if Sam's watching too, hey, Sam.
How you doing?
We got Lando in here. Awesome. From the nation's capital, reporting in. Good to see you. Paul Millard. Dry Heat 480. Guys, always a pleasure. Old Man Dan. Tainaka.
How's it going?
Awesome. That is
hey,
so
everybody.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in.
Whew. It's been back to work this week. It's been kind of crazy getting back into the work routine. And hey, Jimmy T.
Are you all recovered from your party? I guess not weekend. That was like a week.
Oh man, yeah. It was a long way. When you're sitting at the wedding reception, essentially stone sober at 11 p.m., and I'm like, you know what? I just want to go home and go to bed. I love Richie and I love Steph, but
yeah,
I was just worn down. I can't even say worn out. It was just worn down.
Yeah. So you're all recovered. As long as you're recovered enough to get back to work on Monday, man.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
And apparently the power went out briefly, so let's see here. Well, we got a message reporting in from Absolute Mayhem. I'll read in a moment. Yeah, it's just crazy. See, I already lost my train of thought. I still, fortunately, I'm off for the next 2 days. I got a gig tomorrow. I'm off Saturday as well, so.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully I can rest up, although we're doing a load-in at 2 p.m. tomorrow, so I don't know how much.
That's pretty early for a load-in. What time are you guys going on?
That's a good question. Actually, I have, let's see here, because this is, we're doing a multi-band show. It's a celebration of life for a local music fan that passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, load in at 2, doors open at 5:30. We do a welcome speech. Apparently that lasts half an hour.
Right.
So we got BJ the DJ with his band.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have James Dillon. Great, he's doing a solo set.
Cool.
Then we have the band Benchmark. I'm not familiar with. And we're doing kind of 2 stages at once. We have a full band and then kind of just a solo area off to the side because it's at a Knights of Columbus, so there's a lot of width.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
After Benchmark, we got Roy Borden Jr. He's really good. Then we have the band Ryan Silence. Great guys. Then we got Mike O'Donnell, who may or may not be playing his Reno Fin guitar, because he got one the same time I did.
That's the guy who got the Explorer, right?
That's exactly it.
Cool. I remember.
Some band called the Honey Badger Outfit, whoever they are.
Yeah, I don't know, some band with a guy Ben. I don't know.
Yeah. Then we got Dan and Buggy doing a duo. I think they're going to be doing some East Coast stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then my old band, One Day to Live, to finish out the night.
Cool.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going from 6 till midnight.
So I guess everybody's just doing what, like a set?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like half-hour sets.
Cool. Cool.
35 minutes. Yeah. Which is piece of cake, really. You know, you're just getting warmed up after half an hour when you're used to doing 4 sets a night, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, as soon as you get into it, okay, guys, time's up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to be watching the chat, Ben? Or
yeah, I'm watching the chat when I'm not reading my phone. Yeah, so guys, if you have any questions for either of us, feel free, ask away.
Fire away, folks.
We got GTV in the house. We got Suave Trainwreck in the house.
Hey, guys.
Nice Gretsch hat. Thank you very much, Groovy Ghoulie. Yeah, speaking of which, I should mention I did briefly touch on renofin.ca guitars. Ding, 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 ding. Which you can only really see the neck, but whatever. And Ardens Music. You can check them out at ardensmusic.com with locations in Trenton, Belleville, and Kingston, Ontario. Now carrying Gretsch guitars.
That's awesome.
As well as Fender, Jackson, and LTD in the electric side. And that was, 2 weeks ago they brought in the Gretsches. Last week they started carrying Epiphones as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And, well, you've been in the Trenton store. That one wall, it's crazy how they fit in Gretsch and Epiphone. And you don't feel it, like instead of it was a kind of a wall of Fender before.
Yeah, it was all Fender pretty much.
Yeah, so now it's like you still get that. You just don't have 3 or 4 of each. You have 1 or 2 of each.
Right.
You know, and then there's a Gretsch here, and there's a Gretsch there, and there's an Epiphone, there's an Epiphone.
So you know what I'm going to ask you? If they're at Epiphone, are they going to move into Gibson? Is that coming?
You know, that would be interesting for the simple reason that, you know, I'm in a town of 16,000, and we already have a Gibson dealer in town.
Oh, the Evil Empire?
No, the Evil Empire's next town over in Belleville.
Okay.
Since I'm in Trenton, yeah, we have Riverside Music who carry Epiphone and Gibson.
Ah.
So,
yeah.
A little healthy competition never hurt anybody.
No, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Yeah. So speaking of Gibson.
Yes. Some news today, eh? So Henry is out.
He's out.
He's gone.
Officially out.
And what it was, I thought it was funny. One part was like him and the other board members that left had to relinquish all shares.
Yeah, they're all.
Which means they have 0 voice, right? Because they can't go to shareholders meeting and say, hey. But the best was they all had to sign an agreement not to say anything bad about Gibson for 3 years.
Oh.
And I was like, ooh, can anybody go 3 years without slagging Gibson? Yeah. Like even the most diehard Gibson fans.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you're gonna. I wish they did this, or I wish I did that.
There has been some slagging online about the new standards, and the slagging has been revolved around the whole thing with the dip switches and stuff in the back.
I'm fine.
And you know, and as a result of the dip switches, of course, the prices have gone up. And the funny thing is, now the standards now, there's only 2 colors. It's either the Blueberry Burst or the Seafoam. That's it.
Right.
So what the restructuring that they've done now, and it's actually one of the a guy from the holding company, and I forget his name, is kind of overlooking the whole thing now. He's really trimmed it down. So and I think their thought process is, you know, these are sort of the modern standards.
Yeah.
And if you want the traditional colors, you got to get the traditional, because the traditional is only Cherry Burst and Tobacco Burst, and that's it.
Right. Or maybe a gold top.
They're just the 2.
Oh, really? They're not doing gold tops.
Yeah, they're not doing gold tops. If you want a gold top, you got to go to the classic line. Yeah, I know. You know.
Effing Gibson. Effing Gibson.
Yeah.
Sam, I almost said it. I almost said, like, oh. That's usually, you know what? When I get caught cursing on this show, it's usually a curse followed by the name Gibson.
Yeah. So, yeah, they really slimmed it down. The classics, they've got 2. It's a gold top, and it's, I guess, like a honey burst.
Right, which is originally a faded cherry burst, right? Because the nitro and the red and the nitro faded out, and it turned into what became known as the honey burst.
Yeah, you know what? I went through the Gibson line because I'm all, I'm a Gibson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I went through the line and I kind of looked at, okay, what would I be interested in? And the ones that actually appealed to me were the classics for a couple of reasons. I'm a sucker for Zebra pickups, number one. And the pickups that are in those are the 61s.
Oh.
So they always got to do something different, right? The classic last year, they put the P90s in, and I bought that. Like I've got that was great. I was like, wow, something cool. And and now what they've done is they've put the Zebras in, and they've just done the 61s with still have the pickup splitting and all that stuff, but they're the 61s. So that's one that I'm really dying to try because they've done the 57s in the versions. They haven't done the 61s. They've put the 61s in SGs, but they haven't put the 61s in the Gibson, at least not that I'm aware of.
Well, that would make sense, right? Because the 61 Les Paul was the modern day SG.
Exactly. And I would love to try, and there's pickup splitting too in those 61s. So that's a guitar that I would love to try. The other one that they came out with is, and this one and I think I've even mentioned this to you, that new Junior double cut red. Oh man, that
you were so hot and horny for that Junior.
You got no idea, brother. And it's got
I met you. Well, even prior to actually physically meeting you, I knew you were all about that double cut.
Man, that thing looks sharp, man. And the funny thing is, this is what I don't get. Okay,
hey, Thomas.
So if you go on the website, it's the red one, right?
Yeah.
But if you go on Sweetwater, they have red, they have blue, they have brown. So, I don't know. And by the time, well, this, by the time we get them here, they're already sold out, eh? They're on back order already in the States. Nobody can get in Europe too.
Yeah, we're getting leftovers.
They're gone. So by the time we get it, it'll be next year because I am dying to try one of these things, and it's the cheapest.
Holy crap.
One of the cheaper ones. It's like, in the US, I think they're selling for $7.99. I think they're actually, no, I know the price here. They're $8.99 here. So that's a pretty good price. I mean, there are no frills. Like there's nothing to these guitars. It's a Junior. It's a slab of wood, one P90 on it.
Yep.
That's it.
Right? All right. I'm going to get to the chat here, but we have breaking news. Like literally, I just got a text message, which you can't, my phone's too bright, but we'll just do it like that so you can kind of see. I just got a message from the Tone King.
Wow. There
he says, at NAMM, I'll be doing a live stream each night at the Framus Warwick booth. Should be exciting. You're cordially invited to come hang.
There you go. Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, that's very nice, man. Very cool.
I'm just going to quickly reply to that. And I want to say Todd Flowers just bought a new SG, Naked and Natural, yesterday. Awesome, buddy. Congrats.
SG's rock, brother. Love them.
I'm starting to... I don't totally dislike them because I know there are those unicorns out there that aren't headstock heavy. So
we've had that discussion. Just get a fat strap and you're fine. Yeah, the SGs are fantastic. They've got a few lines of SGs. Well, just like they've got a few lines.
In Guitar Girl asks how you got the name Pepper. I know.
Pepper's my dog. It's my dog's name.
Yeah.
So that's how I got the name Pepper.
Okay, so now somebody's calling me. I don't take phone calls on air, so we'll just ignore that.
Yeah, I think I got my phone all muted here.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
responded to TK.
So Canucks with Guitars is on.
Let's see here. Guys are talking about the Super Beetle because it looks like Fender Guru's looking at one. Todd Flowers may or may not have one. I know Lando has one. And American Devil just joined us. Hey, buddy.
Hey, American Devil. How you doing, man?
I dug that microphone video you did, resurrecting an old mic. I dug that.
That was cool. I saw that. That was very cool. Yeah, there's been some pretty good vids on this week, actually.
Jimmy T. Yes, I was going to get to that. That's the other bit of news, which is funny because what was that, yesterday or 2 days ago? You had messaged me. You said, hey, anything I need to know for Thursday? And I'm like, well, we do a news segment. So, yeah, I will, give you a heads up. And I went, as soon as I was, basically as soon as I was seeing anything kind of break,
Yeah.
because I didn't know if you were, at work or not. I'm like, well, you know what? He'll see it when he sees it. So I'm like, yeah, just saw this, check it out,
Yeah, yeah.
So I assume Jimmy T, the new pedal you're talking about, is the new Wazacraft Boss Dimension pedal.
Yeah.
I was very hot for it for about 2 hours.
Yeah, Pete Thorne did a review of it today, actually.
I watched, who did I watch review it? Hang on. Oh, Reba or Rebia. Bia. Masad.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. I hadn't seen that. He's done one as well.
I watched that earlier today, and I was digging it because that's 80s chorus. Like, you know what I thought, actually? When it was on setting 1, that initial setting, which has a bit of a graininess to it, like the original Boss chorus, the CE1.
Yeah.
But I was like immediately thinking, is this Boss's answer to the MXR EVH chorus? Because the only adjustments is essentially intensity. You can't change the speed or the depth.
Well, Pete Thorne's was pretty cool, and he actually demoed it playing a Billy Idol song. And I can't think of the name of the song, but when I heard that review, it was 80s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I think I told you that too. Or is either that or that was the comment they left. I was like, no, I know what it was. It was BV Ninja posted it in the Facebook group. And I was like, it's an 80s in a box. And the fact that it had that micro switch to, what is it, the SD320.
Yeah, it had the 2-in-1. It had the rack version as well built into it. And you can switch between.
Yeah, and they were showing in the rack version, like, because they discovered in the studio, hey, we can press 1 and 3 together and it sticks in and makes some weird thing.
Yeah.
So you can do that with the pedal too. So you know what? I'd almost want one on my board just for something. It's like, but it has no knobs. No, it's all push button.
Yeah.
What is this? Well, that's like the 70s meets 2018. Actually, it meets the 80s with that form factor, or even 70s. But
yeah. No,
but I heard the price and I'm out.
I don't even. What does it cost? I have no idea.
I think the quote I saw was $339 US.
Oh.
So we're looking at $425, $450.
Easy.
I'm not paying $450 for no stomp box unless it says Strymon on it.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is,
I call them stomp boxes only because of the form factor, but they are not a stomp box.
I mean.
Jimmy T says he played Flesh for Fantasy.
That's it, Flesh for Fantasy, and he had that tone because that was what Steve Stevens used. He used that rack mount version on that song. So that's what I'm saying. When I heard it, it's like, man, this is the 80s all over again. Like they put it literally, like you were saying, in a box. But something like that, I mean, for me personally, how much mileage would I get out of it? Like for that amount of money, I'd have to have that thing on all the time, and that's very limited use.
Apparently, my sister's a great host, according to Bobby Clipper. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks a lot, buddy. And Dan Sullivan's back from the store. Good to see you, buddy. You only missed about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't talked about anything.
Jimmy T thought the price was more $250 US. I just saw a comment on the post on Facebook that somebody priced out at that. So, Chris Bevan, welcome, new name. Any thoughts on Mitchell fiddles? I've literally picked up a fiddle twice in my life.
No fiddle experience here, my friend.
Yeah. The closest I got to a fiddle is I owned a mandolin, which sounds nothing the same except you tune them the same. So that's literally as close as I got.
Yeah. Well, I played violin when I was in junior school. I don't know if that counts.
That's just a smart man or a fancy man's fiddle, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Blackie. Exactly. He says, hey, guys, be in a minute. Yeah, buddy. Somebody just said AMS has them for $229. Well, that's much cheaper. So we'd be looking at about
it'll be close to $3 with tax.
$3. Yeah, it would be about $3 Canadian plus tax, so about $3.45.
Yeah.
Chris Bevan, slang for guitar. Git fiddle. Jeez Louise.
Git fiddle. Okay.
Mitchell's. It does ring a bell, I will say, but beyond that, I may have played one, I may not. Hey, Michael Bishop.
Hey, Michael Bishop, how are you, man?
Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope he's still getting some riding in this time of year. I know it's getting pretty cold around here. Although it was a beautiful day today.
Well, if you're out of the wind, yeah. I don't know where we are. It was kind of windy today.
It was windy, but it was nice warm wind, I thought.
Yeah.
Mitch Heyman, did someone just call me? By phone or call you out? Because, hey, Mitch Heyman. Oh, I see. Yeah, Mitchell is the house brand for Guitar Center. Ah, possibly. Okay. That's from Guitar Pit. Then we wouldn't know because we don't have
Guitar Centers up here. We have our version of Guitar Center.
Awesome. Michael Bishop's getting some riding in. Danny Alexander just showed up. Awesome.
How are you, man?
32 people watching. I have no idea of the thumbs up status. Hey, I might even have Crystal Pepsi at this point. I know somebody's been all over me with the Crystal Pepsis lately. But it's all good because it's all dedicated viewing. They're all giving me views and content.
We got 9 thumbs up according to my phone here.
9. Nice. Appreciate it, gang.
Thank you so much. And 33 watching right now.
All right. Reminds me. What was I going to mention? Losing train of thought, left, right, and center. Did I make any notes for tonight? I don't think I did.
Oh, I know what you were going to mention. Did you talk about the John Lee Hooker?
No, not yet. Yeah, there's an Epiphone John Lee Hooker model coming out. Kind of looks like just at a very quick glance, a blonde 335. But it could be thicker, it could be bigger, it could be smaller. Yeah. So basically, yeah, a dual cutaway, hollow body or semi-hollow body, limited to 100 of them.
Yeah.
There he is. Brother R2, he got the new car. What'd you get, buddy? What'd you get? Oh, and we should have a new mic review coming out next week, too. I got the replacement microphone from the fine folks at Fine.
Oh, still sending the links. That's good, man.
Yeah, I had a little issue with the first one they sent us, so they sent a replacement, which, of course, when did that come? Actually, no, that came in Monday. Came in the same time I got my official Nerd Halen guitar picks.
I saw that.
Which I'm going to be gigging with tomorrow night.
Enveloping. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Enveloping? So unboxing? Yeah. So
I'm going to one of 1,000 of them. That makes more sense, Todd Flowers. Thank you. A GMC Acadia. Nice.
There you go. Nice.
A Canadian name. Wonder if they're built in Canada then.
Acadia. No idea. So I guess you're using that Reno Fin on your gig tomorrow, eh?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Already on a second set of strings.
You get all figured out? It's all intonated properly now?
Yeah, I think so. I'll probably check it once more just because we have had a bit of a temp change. And, I always like the quote from Dave Nesdahl with Brand New Guitar. The wood doesn't even know it's a guitar yet.
Yeah. It's a valid point.
I thought that was a great line. So,
and it's going to get weird because it's going to get all humid again on Saturday, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to go back to hot. I got a gig on Saturday in Kitchener, actually.
I saw that. Yeah. Well, right. I messaged my cousin about that because he's in Waterloo.
Yeah.
I think I've seen him in the chat in the past as a NASCAR Canuck.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah, that would be my cousin Doug.
Well, yeah, have him come out. I don't know this place at all, so, be nice to have some people there.
Soda Pop asked, what gauge are the Nerd Halen picks? They felt like a 73, although they don't say anything on them. Michael Bishop, nice. Good man, R2. That helps keep my pension going in.
That's funny.
Awesome.
So I guess it'd be a dumb question to ask you, but since you just got the Reno Fin, but is there any guitars that are kind of you're thinking about?
Yes. Yes. Ben has his own signature model. What's he looking at? Dan Gretches are finally in town.
Oh man, you're on the Gretsch.
I've always wanted a Gretsch.
Yeah.
Yes, my sister used to live in Kitchener as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she went to university in Waterloo. So.
Oh, so did I. That's cool.
Yeah, and I did too for 6 months. That's right.
So which Gretsch in particular?
Probably like a lower end version of Country Gentleman. There's something about that kind of amber look, single cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I'm
George
digging them.
Harrison thing? Is it a George Harrison thing?
No, that's more of a Eddie Cochran thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, let's be fair. Before I discovered Eddie Cochran, I saw Brian Setzer playing one on TV in the early 80s, right? And I was just like, oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Stray Cats, my God. You know, they're one of the few bands my dad and me could bond over as a child. You know, that was the common ground.
Well, Brian Setzer is a monster, man. That rockabilly style is just amazing.
Yeah, and you know, like I've tried to figure out what scale they use. I think they use a proper major scale.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's a lot of half steps, and we don't do half steps in the pentatonic world. You know?
Not on purpose.
Right, exactly. And I always found if you soloed in a major pentatonic, it already sounds rockabilly. That's how I cheat. You know, for country and rockabilly, I solo in a major pentatonic. You know, for blues and rock, minor pentatonic.
Yeah.
But then every time I hear a Stray Cats song, and I've got a fair amount of their catalog on my phone, and I'm listening to music commuting each day, and every time I'm like, we should cover this. And then it gets to a certain turnaround. I'm like, nope, I'm not pulling that off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jimmy T says Brian Setzer's Hot Licks video is great. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, when you blend the major, I really love the sound of blending the major and the minor together. It just sounds really cool.
Yeah. I usually do it purely by accident and then grin like a schoolboy.
Yeah. Well, when you play that, like we do Summertime Blues, we don't do the Who version, which I'd rather do, but anyway, we do sort of the more authentic version.
Right.
And when I'm soloing in that, it's a lot of chromatic, a lot of major minor blending. It sounds really cool if you can pull it off.
Hey, are you doing all the nice G bends, nice and like fairly clean? I find that song, it's almost you got to clean up your tone so much, but it just sounds so much better.
Oh yeah, it's totally clean and a compressor for a boost. It sounds great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see here. R2 talking about the new car. Guitar Pit says he fell in love with an orange Gretsch when he was a child. Chet Atkins. Yeah, that'd be like a Country Gentleman.
Well, the orange Gretsch, you remember
the actual Chet Atkins one.
Brian Adams. What was that video? The Robin Hood song.
Oh yeah. Everything I do for you.
For you. He's got that big. I forget the guitar player's name. That guy's phenomenal, and he had that big orange Gretsch. Yeah, first time I saw one, I think.
And since I have half the round table already in the chat, I think I already mentioned to them because we have the round table coming up this Sunday, Thanksgiving Sunday. Heads up, if I'm running a bit late on the show, guys, I'm shooting for 8 p.m. However, I'm going to Amanda's house for Thanksgiving dinner prior to that. So, Amanda, I can't be late. I basically have to leave your place by 7. Because that'll give me the 40 minutes to get home and a few minutes to send out the invites and everything. So we'll have, of course, Mr. BHB, Bruce. We'll have R2, R3 Locking Nut. We'll have JJ's House of Jams. We may have Richie, because we never know with Richie. He's a wild card. Obviously, myself. And we're also going to have Ike, who owns Flipside Music, coming on to join us.
Cool.
I don't know if you guys have watched. He's got a channel for Flipside Music. You guys, everybody in the chat, if you're not already, go check it out. They do a great weekly Q&A called What the Facts? FAQs. And it's him and one of his employees, I assume, / buddy. They have it reminds me a lot of Rich and me in many ways. Like, it's so loosey-goosey. And we were talking today, and he's like, oh, yeah, we don't prep at all. We just wing everything. I'm like, I can tell, and I love it because I did the same thing. And he's like, yeah, I know, buddy. I've seen some of your stuff. And it was weird. Yeah, like, they did their weekly video today. I commented on it. But half an hour later, I get the old, hey, Flipside Music loves your comment. Cool. Right on. Next thing I know, I get a friend request on Facebook from somebody. And so I was just like, okay. And I check it out, and it's Ike, who owns Flipside Music. I'm like, oh, rock on. I've talked to him in the chat on and off for months.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool. And then one thing led to another, and I'm just, hey, buddy. Because, oh, yeah, I had a couple of people lined up to come in and join us. Because as much as I love the roundtable guys, it's always nice to bring in an extra person as well, just to mix things up. And I had a couple of people lined up. That fell through. And then I was like, hey, buddy, you want to jump in? He's like, sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully Sean from Ardens doesn't get too ticked. But it's another mom and pop in another country and another time zone. So, and they sell other stuff. They don't all sell the same stuff.
I don't think that's a concern.
My sister says it's all good. Gobble, gobble. Awesome, sis. I love you. Guitar Girl asks, what qualifies a roundtable membership? Basically, what happened there is I've known R2, Bruce, and JJ basically since I started hanging out in live chats. We hung out in a few mutual chats all the time from day one. And basically, I think all three of them had subscribed to me and I subscribed to them before I ever really started doing a channel.
Mm.
And apparently R2 just renewed your membership. So there you go. So apparently you have a membership, Guitar Girl. Yeah, there are some weird hazing rituals. But so it just turned out I was inviting JJ on for just as like an interview, type thing.
Right.
And then R2 and JJ have known each other for years, and it's like, well, I'm not coming on unless R2's coming on.
Oh, okay.
Like, all right, well, I'll come on since JJ wants me on. I'm like, all right, cool, just having a blast. And I was like, well, we'll invite Bruce on as well. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like, the four of us did this hangout for like, I don't know, 3.5 hours or something crazy. And we got off air and we're like, was that fun? And I was like, yeah. And the numbers, like our amount of viewers was higher than normal. Like I saw a bump and I was just, as a channel person, I was just like, how about we do this the first Sunday of each month? It was like, and they're like, yeah, sure. Let's do it as a monthly thing. And that turned into the roundtable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since you guys did it.
Yeah. We started that, I think May was the first hangout. And then the first official roundtable was June, because it was the Sunday after Cosmo Music's event.
It's funny that Guitar Girl asked that question because I asked you the same question in an email.
Yep.
Hey, how do you get on these things?
Yep.
Because it looked like a lot of fun.
And I was like, hey, buddy, you want on? Sure. Because, you had been a presence in the chat already. So I was kind of familiar with who you were.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. I dig it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch. Yes, always cool hanging out with you too. Mitch and I hang out on a variety of channels together. Here, or Shane from In the Blues. I think we were both on Lando's channel, maybe at one time as well.
Actually, Mitch, how you feeling these days, buddy? You're saying you're not feeling too hot.
Yeah, that was they usually average in and around 3 hours unless I have to work the next day, Guitar Girl. Some of the Sunday night hangouts though, like especially now, I got my hours cut at work, like a lot, like half. But part of it is I basically just work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday now. And part of it was to allow me to do more YouTube, which I was like, I wish you had done that once I had 2 zeros after the amount of subs I currently have, maybe, but yeah. So yeah, it's turns into a marathon. We did the longest one, I think, was 5 hours and 45 minutes.
No, that's...
And that one started at 10 p.m.
That's crazy. Like when I do my live streams, I'm usually running out of gas at about the 1.5 hour point. Can't imagine 5 hours.
Well, it all depends on too. If I start hearing some lulls and stuff, it's like, okay, we're kind of talked out. Let's end it while it's still fresh.
Yeah.
But then that's and because then we hang out off air almost as long as we're on the air.
Yeah, I came on one time when you guys were off. Yeah.
Yes, Michael B. Michael B found our channel during that marathon overnight show. Because he would pop in every 45 minutes and he's like, you guys are still live? I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Guitar Girl says, yeah, I can't watch replays more than an hour. Tuesday was Johnny Bean Day for me. Yeah, he talked about it on the show because I watched the Friday early show. Yeah. I watched the late show. And then I tuned in live Tuesday night for a show. And Dave's like, and you didn't want to slit a wrist?
Yeah, I had Johnny Bean on Monday, and
Yeah, that was great. He had a blast. You could tell he had a blast because then he goes live later and all he's talking about is, hey, watch Guitar Hack.
yeah,
And then the next day, I go on his channel to look for his older shows, and there's your hangout with him. It's the first video on his channel.
yeah,
Anybody, hitting his channel are going to hit that. So I was like, dang, buddy.
yeah. No, it's. I've got. I think around 200 now, something like that. No, it's good. It was good. Like because
Too much information, Terry. Of course, he didn't say what was shaved.
Yeah, he's a mysterious dude, but I think I pulled some information out of him.
So that's right, Michael B. See, my memory is a sieve. I forgot. Yes, we did a hangout together on Shane's channel.
Oh, thanks, Mitch Heyman's just saying great show with Johnny Bean. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep doing those. I got Rock and Dave Byron on Tuesday.
You're gonna get about 10 words in about an hour. I love you, Dave, if you're watching.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, and because
got energy.
We have our Canadian. For those Americans that don't know, our Canadian Thanksgiving is our holiday is Monday. And because Monday's a holiday, I'm going to do it on Tuesday, and there'll be things on it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man, because that guy's been around forever. And I just want to hear, what his history, because he started playing in the 70s, man.
So yeah, he started playing the year I came into this world.
Well, there you go, right? So that guy's.
And it's not like he's 25 years older than me either, right?
Yeah, no, he's a couple years.
I think he's got 11 years on me, so he started a little earlier. It seems like most of us start at 14.
Yeah,
and I think it's the summer after grade 8, because in the 8th grade you're king of the public school. You're the big guy, and your chest is out to here. You're hitting puberty, and you're like, I'm going to learn a guitar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what most people.
And then September comes, and you get put in your place because you realize you're crappy at guitar, and you're about the bottom rung in high school.
Bottom rung, exactly. Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Dave's a great player, Gussie.
He is a fantastic player, Gussie.
Lando asks, anyone try a Fender Tele FMT-HH? I don't know what the FMT part is, but I own a double humbucker Tele.
The double humbucker Teles are nice, man. I don't own one, but I have played them, and they do sound really nice.
So Todd Flowers doesn't get accused of spamming the chat. Moderators. Yes, Greg Koch, the Greg Koch, is going to be on Tone Talk October 29th.
Wow.
I have no problem shouting that out because, Mark Kazansky is a friend of the channel. Actually, Mark was going to join us on Sunday, but he had some family plans. So family first, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm.
No, it's quite all right, Todd. I'm just giving you a hard time. I think we know each other well enough from many chats hanging out. Oh, Flame Maple Top. Thank you, Lefty Mike H. Welcome.
Welcome.
Awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving from Danny Alexander. Yeah, thank you very much.
Flame Maple Top. I have not. Yeah, I'm not going to say that, Dan, but I'll read it and giggle. Yeah. You're all good in my chat, too, if I start giving you a hard time, too, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. I do make a cameo in one of them, don't I, Bruce? He says, I have 2 live vids on my channel of Greg at Gearfest, and Ben's in one of them. That's right, because here's Bruce. Greg's sitting there noodling away in the Fishman booth, and Bruce has this beautiful view, and he's shooting away, and I walk right through the frame. And I think I was live at the time, too. So it's, me in full selfie mode, blah, 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 oblivious to what Bruce is doing, because I'm walking over to Earthquaker.
I just Grant, I just want to mention this Terry G&G, because this is something that's near and dear to my heart as well. He says, yes, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The next month is Movember, Men's Mental and Physical Awareness Month. So donate to those causes, folks. Thanks. Yeah, Movember. If you're not familiar with Movember, it's basically growing a mustache for charity.
Yeah, that's the one time a year I shave my beard.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I'll have, at least for one show, I'll have a nice big Fu Manchu mustache or something. Yeah, okay, yeah. Flame maple top, made in Indonesia. Lando just sent me a link from Sweetwater. Yes, I am very aware of them. I think. Let's see here. First of all, they have a set neck. I will say that. That's awesome. I did play one. I almost bought one, but I couldn't make out what the deal was with it. And I'll say, well, there's Greg. There's Gearfest, and there's Greg Koch. Because I still have that video on my phone that the two of us did together. Scrolling. There we are. And we'll turn down the brightness so we can try to show this off. Something like that, perhaps?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Seymour Duncan design pickups. Beautiful headstock as well. The back, yeah, look at the relief on the back is awesome. That access.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's basically a Les Paul disguised as a Tele.
Yeah.
I didn't get to plug it in. Really cool.
Got a question from Guitar Pit. Actually, just along the lines of what you were just saying, he's asking, what's the benefit of an HH Tele? Loses the Tele sound? What are the upsides? Has its own sort of sound, similar to anything else?
Yes.
Guitar Pit. Yeah.
I just happen to have one here.
Okay.
It's Tele Talk.
So does it sound like a Tele? Does it still sound like a Tele?
At times.
At time, yeah.
Because coil tap. Okay. Now we know pickups get quieter when you coil tap them, but these are Fender Blacktop pickups that have a 15K output instead of your PAF style at 7.5. So when I coil tap it, I'm still getting a good 7 output. So it is, other than the fact it's not angled, that's the only drawback, is it's not angled. But other than that, I can get, yeah. But even then, I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter what guitar I play, I sound like me.
Well, let me address Guitar Pit. From my experience playing the HH Tele, it doesn't sound like, if you're thinking like, you know, like traditional Tele, no, it doesn't sound like that to my ears. The one I played was just humbuckers. There was no splitting.
Okay.
And it doesn't sound like a Les Paul either. It's kind of its own animal. You know, it's a different sound. It's a different flavor, if you will. And it's something that you really got to try and see if you like it. If you're looking for something that sounds like a Les Paul, it's not there. If you're looking for something that's a Tele, it's not there. It's almost a...
Yeah, it is its own beast.
Yeah, it's its own animal, for sure.
I can't remember. I forgot how well this thing is set up. Like, you just picked up and just I'm like, dang, I haven't picked up a guitar in like 2 days.
Well, okay, because you got your fingers are all...
I never have to warm up with this guitar, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I just pick it up, and like, if I'm running late to a gig, this is the guitar I want to have with me, because I can literally just show up, put it on, no warm up of the hands whatsoever, and just start.
Play. Guitar Pit, you're very welcome, buddy. You're very welcome.
See, I'm so far behind on YouTube. I unfortunately missed about the last month of Phil McKnight's stuff, other than some shorter vids that he's put up.
Yeah, he just did one recently with DiMarzio. They sent him some pickups.
Yes, yes. I gotta.
They were like the
on this a bit.
Similar to the John Petrucci pickups. It had like a look to them and a sound to them. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Jimmy T says hybrid. Yeah, it's a hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so.
It's a different animal. It really is.
Very non-tele specs Lando. So yeah, those Indonesian ones, they're just, well, let's start with a set neck, you know.
Yeah.
Or the fact it's humbucker, which I can't remember whether or not it was even coil tap. Which reminds me, I gotta order a replacement bridge for that Tele. It's got the vintage saddles, and it just turns your palm into hamburger.
Oh, it's rough on the hand, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the modern saddles, that, you know, the thick block sandals, because
yeah, that's what I've got.
You know, even slamming the action way down, those set screws are still countersunk.
Yeah. You can rest your hand on it, no problem. Yeah. I own a Telly as well, folks. I'm not just strictly Les Paul guy.
Yeah.
Although that's 99% of the time what I play anyway.
Yes, but that makes sense to have a Telly too, because
For
in
sure.
many ways it's the polar opposite nowadays, unfortunately. And I say nowadays, unfortunately, because I remember getting back to Greg Koch, that I believe he said it was like a lot of the original 50s Les Pauls were very, very bright sounding.
Mm-hmm.
To the point of almost you could get Les Paul or you could get Telly sounds out of them. Even though it had a humbucker, even though it's a mahogany body, they were much brighter sounding back in the day.
Well, I mentioned this before. I've got a Les Paul with Sheptone pickups on it, and they're super low output, and they actually sound pretty thin. I can actually almost mimic a Telly sound out of that Les Paul.
Yep.
And it sounds really, really cool. It's a great, like the Burstbucker Pros, they're pretty fat. But these things are really, really thin sounding, but in a good way thin, not, like in a Telly.
Not nasally.
Yeah, no, they're really nice. Really nice.
Whereas, man, some nights I've got so much highs and mids going that you would swear I had a wah all the way forward.
Oh,
like it was almost piercing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So master volume, master tone with push pull coil select. Yeah. The only thing I didn't like was the price tag for an Indonesian or even a Korean Telly. Like they're a beautiful looking guitar, and I think it's probably some of the highest end stuff I've ever seen out of Indonesia. But I have a hard time spending upwards, probably with tax, about $1,000 for one of those Tellys. For that, I feel safe spending that on a Mexican build. I know what I'm getting with that. 15 3/4 radius. That's huge. Did you freeze up on me, buddy? I think Guitar Hack froze, folks. Yeah, set neck. Yeah, about $1,000. I think the thing people miss about Les Pauls is they actually sound different. Old Man Dan says. Yeah. Okay, they're originally made in Korea, Terry. Yeah, Les Pauls, very inconsistent back in the day, which is okay. And he's back. We have him twice.
I don't know what the hell just happened.
I'm used to it with you. I just take over the show and go solo when you freeze.
Okay, hang on. Slow down.
Well, we've done...
But the funny thing was I wasn't disconnected. I got signed out. It wasn't an internet thing. That's the weird thing.
And yeah. Let's see now.
Well, look at that beautiful Les Paul right
there.
Boot
out your other one here.
Look at that beautiful Les Paul.
Ding. There we go.
That's such a nice guitar.
Soda Pop, haha, alone again. Yeah, I was just thinking when we were doing the hangout on your channel, I'm like,
let's start singing that song, Alone Again.
Hey, folks. I didn't like the new theme of import guitars getting way up there on price. You can spend $2,000 on a Korean guitar or $1,000 on an Indonesian. Yeah.
What I was going to say before I got booted, like, what do the Player Series cost? They're less than $1,000, aren't they?
They went, basically it went from like $8.99 for a Mexican to like $9.25.
Oh, they're that high.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, when I say they were just under $9 before, like I'm talking like, I think mine, that dual humbucker one was priced at like $8.25, $8.50. Your base models were closer to $8. They went up about $100, but damn, you get so much more for that extra little bit of money.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know.
I played a Player Series Strat and actually liked it. So that should say something.
No, they're good. They're good. What I don't understand that Fender did. I mean, everybody dumps on Gibson, but I'm going to dump on Fender. Is a couple of years back when they came out with the Professional and Elite series, which was essentially the standard.
Well, the Professional was the standard with a slight upgrade. Again, like when they took a standard Mexican and made it the Player Series.
Yeah,
a slight upgrade.
Slight upgrade, but the price was not slight. The increase, like they almost doubled in price.
Well, yes, but also you may remember that it was a good decade where we could buy an American for $1,200-$1,300.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden they realized they went, holy crap. And honestly, good on the various guitar companies, because my God, For years and years, you go into a music store, nothing ever went up in price. You know, it seems like every 10 years it would go up significantly and then would freeze. So at first you feel you're overpaying, but then you realize 8 years later, you're still paying the same price for strings. Everything else is going, you know, gas is going up, food's going up, electricity's going up. But, you know, gear always stayed cheap. And I always thought was, well, you know, are the companies aware that the bars are not paying anymore? Then, you know, they're making, you know, we're essentially making, well, I make the same money my dad made 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, but the difference was Dad never got, usually he never got booked for a single night anywhere. You know, like if you were booked at the Ganny, you played Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday matinee, Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the way it was.
Well, that place in particular, I think they wanted us there Friday and then Saturday matinee, Saturday night, but we just went with the Saturday.
Right. See, now I love that because that's old school.
Yeah. Well, playing a Saturday matinee is weird, man.
Todd asks, why is Canada so much more? Well, the exchange rate is roughly 70 cents on the dollar. Mm-hmm. And then you have roughly $100 to $200 surcharge on any guitars.
Right.
You know, whether it's a tariff, duty, whatever you want to call it, it's beyond just the exchange rate. And
you get double the tax. You get HS.
And also in Ontario, at least, we pay 13% sales tax.
Yeah, yeah. In Ontario, yeah.
But on the plus side, if I break my leg, I don't have to sell a guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, Todd.
And things take a long time to get here. Like when we see the new pedals being released and the new guitars being released.
Some stuff delayed, some stuff not.
Well, I mean, I was mentioning earlier about the 2019 Les Pauls. I'll be lucky if I see one before the end of the year. I probably won't see them till Christmas.
Right. Whereas it was funny because I remember a buddy was on a buying trip, and I think I was probably one of the first YouTube channels to show off the new Ibanez guitars for this year because Ibanez Canada did an event first or second week of January, maybe even late December. You know, I think it was right after New Year's. It was in Montreal. So Sean went down because he's an Ibanez dealer, and he's sending me all these photos. And I'm like, sweet Jesus. I'm like, is that an RG 550 in desert yellow? And he's like, yeah, buddy, they're bringing it back.
Wow.
And literally, like, I had those photos. Like I say, I think it was well before, it was a week or two before NAMM. And everyone's like, hey, you know, it's like, what do you think of this? I'm like, yeah, check this out. I'm already seeing this crap, you know?
Yeah. Well, you had put that video, I mean, speaking of new guitars, a player series. You were like,
I had my video, it was Andertons and me.
Yeah, because Ardens got him like immediately.
They had him, I think they were sitting on him for a month.
Wow, because I played one about a month later at Cosmo. And Cosmo had them, and I just by fluke, the day I walked in, the Fender rep was there, and I was actually talking to him about it.
Yeah, because the deal was they couldn't sell them. They couldn't have them badged as a player series because we didn't know about the player series.
Right.
But you could hang it on the wall with no tags or anything, and if somebody noticed something different, you can say, yeah, that's something new, but we can't sell it yet. It's literally just a display.
Wow. Okay.
Lando asks, any thoughts on Fender's latest parallel universe model, the Jaguar Strat? I dig all this parallel universe stuff. It reminds me of 60s all over again. You know, when Fender was coming out with something completely different, trying, you know, I'm not going to say grasping at straws, but more try to grow the company. And then we had the Japanese stuff with like 6 pickups and 42 knobs and 3 dip switches. And, you know, I just love it. It's just, they look wacky and crazy, and it just reminds me of campy 60s.
Yeah, it's got that vibe for sure.
Yeah, I dig them. Unfortunately, Sean's not carrying any of the parallel universe. Actually, Pepper was there during that conversation, so I'm not going to go into it on air because I don't know if it's knowledge, but remember he had a working agreement with another music retailer, that retailer was going to concentrate more on the parallel universe and especially online, and not work as much in the player series stuff. Well, not the player series, or the Japanese stuff. Like you've seen, I put up a few videos of, these 1 of 6 in Canada, 1 of 9, 1 of 10, all that Fender Japan stuff coming out. And I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked that a mom and pop store in a town of 16,000, and I'm walking and picking up that Paisley offset that's 1 of 9 in Canada.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, seriously. Okay, Guitar Pit's headed out. Got to jet, guys. Dinner time. Thanks. Have a good one. You too, sir. We're getting close to wrapping it up anyhow. So
thanks for watching Guitar Pit. So Frank Corcoran's asking, what did you think of the player series?
Love them. Absolutely love them. They're basically it's what an original Mexican was. As originally, before they started downgrading some of the hardware, a Mexican was identical to an American as far as hardware, wood, everything. It was just built at a place that had a cheaper labor rate. Because that's all it is labor, right?
I played the Fender. I was actually thinking about buying because I always wanted a butterscotch telly, and I played the Fender player. My only issue with the Fender player is, again, my whole thing about the necks. I actually like the neck on the Mexican telly better than the neck on the Fender player because it's slightly different radius on the Fender player. Yeah. But if you can get,
it's still fairly small, neck, but it is different, like you say. Yeah,
it's different in my hand. But as far as guitar wise, I mean, they're better pickups on the player series, better hardware on the player series. Yep. It's better than the Mexican. If you're okay with the neck, I'd be all over it. Like a fat kid on a Smartie, I'd be all over that guitar. Yeah,
exactly. Awesome. And Terry said his buddy got that R8, Maple. Nice.
Heck, did you see Paul and Ace on Jonesy's Jukebox? Yes, Soda Pop. They were on separate shows, but yes, I did see Paul and Ace Frehley on Jonesy's Jukebox. Yes, I did.
See, now, Todd, we're going to have to disagree. I know I'm not saying they're a bad guitar, but those Baja 50s tellies are great, but not for me. I cannot stand a thick 50s neck.
No.
Smaller the better.
What was it, the 52 reissue that they've put out? If you grab one of those?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like they sawed a third off of a baseball bat. Not even
yeah, it's a bat. Yeah. No.
And it's not a modern baseball bat. It's one of those milk jug baseball bats you used to have in softball.
Yeah.
Hello, taper.
Donnie Lovett says the player series is Mexican. Yeah, but it's a better one.
Yeah, it's their elite, essentially.
Yeah, they're better. Definitely.
Most people dig thick necks, Todd. I have no problem with that. I just like super thin neck, super small frets, light strings. Like, my God, stringing up my Martin the other day, the lightest gauge strings you can get is 11s. And I was just like, oh, these are so thick. Meanwhile, Rich is like, pick me up a set of 13s. I'm like, 13s? Good God, man.
Yeah.
But he has to use thick strings because otherwise him just fretting chords, he'll pull it all out of tune.
Yeah, it's all personal choice, right? Who said it best? I think it was B.B. King had a quote. It was either B.B. King or Billy Gibbons said, "What you
it was B.B. Billy Gibbons, I think. Yeah, why are you working so hard?
Why are you working so hard? Yeah. Yeah, thin string.
I get it. Like 11s on a Les Paul sound great tone-wise, but my God, I can't play it anymore.
No, I can't play that. Even tens on a Les Paul, like if I got to play like 3.5 hours, I mean, I'm out of gas after the first set because it's just too much work.
Well, for me, it's doing all those pedal steel bends, because I got to fret the B and E together, and I'm usually using one finger to do a G string full step. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I need the light. And I even thought about going with a heavier gauge string and just putting on 2 B strings even. Just so I have that super thin G string.
Yeah, yeah.
And hello to Donnie Lovett. New name. Good to see you.
Hi, Donnie. How are you?
Well, let's see. We're at the top of the hour. I want to say, before I'll wrap things up, if you're new to the channel, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Subscriptions help, folks. Thank you very much. I didn't put it at the top of the description, a link to Guitar Hack's channel. But if you guys aren't already subscribed to him, if you go down below, there's a list that says like my friends or something like that. Mm-hmm. And there's a dozen or so awesome channels there, including Terry's GG&G. I can bend them. Yeah, finger strength. Yes. So, do you have anything to add, sir?
Well, I think you just did it. Yeah. Subscribe to everybody down on the list. Subscribe to each other. I mean, let's grow this community. Any subs are great. I appreciate everybody. Like, I know I've been getting quite a few subs in the last few days, and if I haven't thanked you, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. And
yeah.
I think we're pushing, what, 160 now or something like that?
I broke one. I think I'm at 164 or 5 now, something
Holy
like
crap.
that.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I was briefly at, I think, 470. Briefly, and I lost a couple subs today. So.
Yeah, it does that. It comes up and then goes down. Comes up.
Exactly. It ebbs and it flows. So
yeah. So all I wanted to say is thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for subbing, and check out next week Dave Byron on Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Tuesday at 7 p.m. and I'll do my regular
time zone.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, there we go. 4 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, I haven't got those time zones down yet. And Thursday I'll be doing my regular live stream, and I got some guests coming up too. We were talking about this the other day. I've got people lined up for pretty much all of October at this point. So
yeah, speaking of which, I'm gonna throw that out there. So we got the round table with Ike from Flipside Music coming on. The next Sunday we have the band Riot coming on.
Wow.
Their new EP just dropped this week, so Sean Silas and his bandmates are going to be on.
Cool.
Which is going to be awesome. The week after that, hang on, I have notes for this. I've been working. I've been working this week, sending out messages and.
Oh, the other day you were saying, "Wait, I can't talk. I'm booking people."
Oh yeah. Here's a cool one. You'll get a kick out of this. So October 21st, Mike Iommi, and you're like, "Who's Mike Iommi?"
Mike
Iommi is part of the crew that's restoring Le Studio.
Oh, I saw that post.
Yeah, so Le Studio is being restored. They're putting in a museum and gift shop as well. I saw the merch. It looks, as Captain Smith would say, it's killer. It's so killer. That classic Le Studio logo.
Yeah,
they got the rights to the original logo.
Nice.
Yeah, so awesome stuff. October 28th, I'm still waiting to hear back on a couple of people. It's possible we could see a kind of a major rock star if he's not traveling that day. He's always traveling. He's always on the go. He's a friend of a few of our channels and a good personal friend to a guy that's been on here a few times.
Cool.
So if you can read between all those lines, you know who I'm talking about. Did that. Okay. So, yeah, other than that, I want to once again thank Guitar Hack for subbing in for Richie. This has been awesome. If you don't mind, buddy, anytime I need a co-host for the Thursday show, you'll be my first call.
Man. I'm there for you, whatever you need, man.
Awesome, awesome. I always enjoy chatting with you, man. We get along well.
Fun.
The folks in the chat seem to like it, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, man.
Yeah, if you want to just hold down the line. I got to say, hold those doors open, folks. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. Believe me, karma. I got the Tone King saying, hey, you want to go live from NAMM? Yes, I do. So there we go.
Very cool.
So everyone have a great night and a happy Thanksgiving to all my fellow Canucks out there. Peace.
Cheers, all. Take care. Good night.